Welcome to your Customer Service Week Jolt to replace your morning coffee during National Customer Service Week, which is brought to you by Pace, CX Global Media, and our good friend Shep Hyken. Now, today is actually day one of Customer Service Week 2020. And Shep, if you can, give us a little bit of your Jolt in regards to Customer Service Week.
Sure. Well, first of all, it shouldn't be a week. It should be an entire year, actually a lifetime. You and I will talk about that a little later on. But I love it. I started my business in 1983. One of my very first clients was a company called Southwestern Bell, one of the big, well, they said baby bells, but it was a big bell system, eventually AT&T again. But here's what happened. I'm doing a presentation, and they're celebrating Customer Service Week. What's this? How could I not have heard about this? This is 1 year after I started my business, and I'm in the customer service world. And it's from that point on that I have celebrated this week every week for what? How many years now? A lot of years, 37 years, something like that.
And I think that's a great foundation for everybody to understand is I think officially we're in our 36th week of celebrating Customer Service Week. And
36, got it. Mm-hmm.
And so, but it became actually a presidential proclamation in 1992 when President George Bush, via a U.S. Congress unanimous declaration, made it into something that is now celebrated throughout the entire globe. So you and I, actually may be halfway around the world being viewed on this fantastic week.
Yep. Originally, it was called International Customer Service Week. Somehow or another, people just call it Customer Service Week, National Customer Service Week. You know what? At the end of the day, I don't care. But here's something else we should let everybody know. Most people think Customer Service Week, let's celebrate the customer. That wasn't the original intent of Customer Service Week. What was it?
It's to celebrate those frontline workers that are delivering that experience.
Bingo. And by the way, I'm glad you knew the answer. So seriously, it's to celebrate the people that are taking care of customers. And I'll even go, it's further than the frontline people. It's everybody, because to me, customer service isn't a department. It's a philosophy that gets embraced by everyone. There's people behind the scenes that may never see the customer's smiling face, but you know what? They have either impact by helping somebody that does or doing something behind the scenes. And Mike, can I share an example of this so that everybody's understanding it? It's crystal clear. If you check your bags to go on an airplane trip at your point of, wherever you're home and you're flying, like I'm in St. Louis. Let's say I'm going to fly and visit you, and you live where?
I live in Greensboro, North Carolina.
Isn't that a beautiful place? So Greensboro, I even got to change planes to get to Greensboro. So how many people do you think touch my luggage between St. Louis and Greensboro? It goes down the ramp. Then there's somebody that looks at the tag and gets it into a pile, scans the tag, puts it on a cart. Somebody drives the cart out. Somebody takes it off the cart. Somebody gets it on the airplane, puts it in the right place. Weight and balance. You know how they do that. Then it comes off. Then it goes to another plane. I'll bet there's 15 to 20 people that touch that bag. How many of those people ever see my smiling face?
Very few.
Yeah, none of them. Probably none of them, okay? But what happens if they fail and they put it on the wrong plane or they don't put it on the plane at all? Well, they've just created that moment of misery for me at the end of my journey when I go to the baggage carousel and spinning around, I don't see my bag on that baggage carousel. Now, here's what's really cool is that baggage ramp person, whatever you want to call them, has two customers. They have an internal customer and an external customer. I'm the external customer, right? Internally, they're supporting somebody that now has to support me, because what am I going to do? I'm going to go into the baggage office, and I feel so bad for that poor soul that does nothing but sit behind the counter dealing with customers saying, you lost my luggage.
Right. Or you're calling them on the phone and you're talking to customer service and they're trying to figure it out from a distance.
Yeah. So all of these people, so that person behind the scenes not only let down the customer, but also the internal customer. So everybody has a role, even if they're behind the scenes and feel they never encounter the customer at all. So we must celebrate the good work we do internally to make sure that that customer is taken care of. By the way, throughout the week, if you want to mention your customers by name, if you want to send them an extra, a note, make a phone call, maybe have a customer appreciation day and celebrate, actual customers, I'm totally fine. But remember the origin of what Customer Service Week was all about.
Yeah, and now with PACE acquiring the International Customer Service Association and being able to carry forward the torch of Customer Service Week for everybody to be impacted, we're talking about igniting a CX celebration all year long. And that's from all those different angles and aspects. And PACE Association is even having their virtual convention that is launching today. And so you make sure that you want to check that out at PACE.
Happening today.
Happening today.
This day. The first day of Customer Service Week.
That's exactly right.
What a coincidence.
That's right. And those
I think not.
Those festivities begin at 4 p.m. Eastern. However, you have the opportunity to, if you register, to get access to all of the sessions that are going to be coming up this week for an entire year. And I think that's the important point we started with, right? It's today, it's this week, and it's the entire year, all different aspects. And so what we want to talk about today is really creating memories. How do we go about creating the memories and the opportunity for this igniting CX to happen all year long?
Wow. So how do we create them? Well, I think we want to start off with an exercise. People love stories. Okay. So what I would do to start to get this engaged where all of our employees are involved is if you want to do this departmentally and come up with a story in each department, you can, but I would love it if everybody individually came up with their story. When throughout the last year did I create an amazing experience for either my outside customer or somebody I support internally? And let's pick out some great stories to represent really what it's all about, both inside and outside the organization. And I love it when companies come up with their legends, if you will. By the way, it can be an internal legend from the standpoint of nobody outside of our company has to know about it, but these are the examples that we want to deliver day in and day out if possible. Now, over-the-top experiences don't happen all the time. But boy, when we say, why do they love this person? They always call back so quickly. Well, how quickly? This person's legendary for how quickly they respond to a customer or to even a colleague. I mean, that's the kind of legend. So everybody gets to tell their story. And then maybe we take the best of the best and share them and make those, our North Stars that we point toward and try to copy those and emulate those throughout the entire year.
And I think you hit on one very important point is the repetition and that we continue to tell those stories.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like we've told it 10 times, but guess what? You need to tell it 10 more.
Yeah. Because training isn't something you did. It's something you do. It's ongoing, which maybe we should talk about that on another day of Customer Service Week.
I think that's a great idea. But we've got a lot that we've already set people off with as far as our Jolt for Customer Service Week. So if you want to get a replay of this, you can go to customerserviceweekly.org and make sure that you continue to carry the torch and ignite a CX celebration today and the rest of this week. And we're going to help you with tomorrow's Jolt, and we'll see you then.